This is a lot. This is like a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. This is oh, I'm sorry. I don't even like my brain. What is going on? My name is Flip, and man, oh man, last time we got to meet Shanks' brother, Shamrock. This was such a great chapter. Um, but apparently, I've heard, I haven't been spoiled whatsoever, but I've heard that this chapter is going to be, it's gonna be real something. Something's gonna happen. I don't know. There was last year the Oda Jump Festa 2025 message that said, uh, across other oceans, this man will now stir up the world. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's Emu. Maybe it's Blackbeard. I don't know what's gonna be. But I've been told this is Gear 5 levels of awesome. So without further ado, let's head right into chapter 1138 titled Harley. And so we get Ogre Child Yamato and the Holy Knight Child um, sorry, I'm like all over the place from this, this new thing from the chapter. Uh okay. Ogre Child Yamato and the Holy Nation pilgrimage. It was who's hideout. And so he seems to be celebrating with two women and a bunch of cat people. And I don't know if these two women are the women that have been going missing. Maybe they are. But Minatomo doesn't seem to be anywhere near, so I don't think he's related. I think this is gonna be the whole vessels situation that Oden had to go through, and now Yamato has to go through it himself. Uh, and it would be really interesting if she had to go around getting the Toby Ropo. That would be fun. Anyways, let's head right into the chapter because this one's a big one. Okay, Loki resists the God Knights, but so he's panting and bloody all over. You look just like that red haired. Are you really a different person? Oh. So, of course, he also didn't know about it. Like, even though he's been talking to him on the phone this entire time, on the transponders know this entire time. Okay, so Gunko looks at, I almost call him Mosa again. I've been so used to calling him Mosa. Uh, looks towards Shamrock and goes, behave yourself, insolent. You don't need to know anything. This is the thing. I claimed it last chapter. I think I claimed it 2 chapters ago that I think Gonko could be Emu. And we even discussed it in the comments. Like, okay, it's very interesting the fact that she doesn't have any, like, she didn't look to be under his thumb. Like, she didn't look like a god knight herself. And even the whole arrow thing was very in tune with that moment with Cobra and Sabo back in chapter 1136. No, wait, no. 1086, the name. I'm sorry. 1086, 1085. Uh, and now she seems to be commanding him and telling him, hey, you insolent. Do not act like this. Okay. Alright. But a great pirate, an Tenryubito, an antithesis of this world. It's obvious. Having the same face must seem strange to you. That pirate is my younger twin brother, the one I was separated from. Once he returned to the Holy Land, but it seems he has taken a liking to this filthy world. Once he returned to the Holy Land. I wonder, like, what point in the story he's talking about. Maybe this is something we saw, maybe this is something we didn't see. It could be that the whole, when Shanks united with had the meeting with the Gorosei, that was actually him and not him. And it could also be that Shanks knew, and so Shanks placed the hood on with the intent of passing as him. I don't know. It's weird. Okay. Return. I see. And my anger towards this lineage only grows. Two brothers, both despised by me. How amazing, isn't it? You'll see. And of course, uh, Loki hates Shanks himself because he was the one that put him there, which I still don't like, but what can you really do? You'll see. When I break free from these chains, you know this, right? I witnessed my friend's fate. And so we see uh, what seemed to be like giants and oh wait, no, these are not giants, these are the animals that were his friends. And you will bear this burden. So Shamrock goes, are you threatening me? And so Gunko goes, Commander, do not mind. How annoying. I won't even have to dirty my own hands. Isn't that right, Cerberus? Oh! And so, out of his sword, these dogs start coming up. Literal Cerberus. So, people have been talking about the Cerberus against the Fenrir, Blackbeard versus Shanks, but it seems it's going to be Shamrock versus Shanks. And so, these dogs start coming out of the sword, and they are growling, and they are huffing and puffing. Maybe it's a sword that's embedded with a Cerberus fruit. I don't know, but it's weird. And so, oh, it's an awakened. It has the whole thing. So Cerberus. Okay. What? What the hell is that? And so one of the tongue of one of them becomes a sword. So it seems, yes, this this is a fruit that was given to a to a to a sword. And also, I just noticed the name of the chapter is uh what's the name? It's Harley, like the Harley texts. I hadn't noticed that until right now. Okay, what the hell is that? That's my sword. What the hell? And so the out of the mouth of both of the heads of two heads come out swords themselves. What is that? What's up with that beast? So the collars, the spiked collars, start rotating. Huh? Commander, let's hide our presence. We are leaving. And even though Gunko calls him a commander, he still, to me, she still seems to be the one leading him, even though he is the commander of the God Knights. I feel like that's Emu. It has to be. Scramble. Woof. And so, oh, the heads pop off of Cerberus. Okay. And so the arrows become this bird thing. If you manage to survive, come and kill me anytime you wish. I will fight you when that time comes. So that's Shamrock telling Loki as he leaves, and Loki goes, oi, 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 oi. You gotta be kidding me. Woof, woof. No way. If that thing hits me, I'm screwed. And so all three heads are heading towards Loki. Damn that Tenryubito. So of course, talking about celestial dragons. Bastard! And so all three of them pierce Loki in the torso. God damn. There's no way they're killing off Loki. I don't see it happening. Taking control of the warriors now will be difficult. So their idea was to use Loki for that? Okay. Let's start with their children. Summon another one. Understood. Who should I call? So the one that summons people like the Gorosei did is Gunko here. I still think it's Emu. It has to be. Orest Castle Elbath. That was, I'm sure of it. It was the red hair. Liar! Do you really think Shanks would attack you for no reason? So it seems that the guards have woken up and they're talking to Luffy, and Luffy is just not believing them whatsoever. It's true. There's no way it could be anyone else. The red hair has come to visit Elbap many times. But Shanks is super cool. What if that guy just looks like him? Oh, he doesn't know. Like, even, I mean, he is right, but like, Shanks has done stuff like this in the past, specifically with Bartolomeo, so it's not like he's completely cool, okay? We freaked out, but why the hell would he be inside the castle? But the red hair came to Elbaf, right? It wouldn't be strange if he was still around. So that's Zoro talking. And Luffy goes, but if you guys are really telling the truth, there's no way that was Shanks. Shanks is a chill and laid back guy. He would never do something so senseless. And Nami starts laughing. Such confidence, huh? Of course. And you, Nami? You'd be mad too if someone talked about Melmere. Melmere. Right? It's Belmere, son. So they look exactly alike, or maybe even brothers. Shanks could have a brother. But I never asked about his family. It seems like he was raised on a pirate ship. And the second that he says that, the guy with the straw hat from like all those chapters ago, the one that seems to be looking very much like Cheeky, I feel like this is going to be Harley, and it's probably Ripley's husband. If I were to guess anything, because at this point I don't think it's Cheeky. Okay, I guess his family was Roger and Rayleigh. So here, tap 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 tap, and it's him walking towards the castle, and all the Roger pirates too, except for Buggy. No, no, they have specifically said they're brothers. Frankie's side. Okay, so we cut over to Ripley. Okay, Frankie's side. Treasure Tree Adam tour. All of this is Treasure Tree Adam. Scars my ass. Da. I don't know. I think that's Frankie, laughing, because I'm pretty sure they said that the material itself was scars, but it's just no one could take it because of course everyone's scared of Albap, so no one's going in. So, uh, whoa! But is it really that expensive out there? Because of course they don't know anything. They don't leave. So Ripley goes, maybe I should start selling it too. Don't encourage me, Ripley. Saul gave me a whole lecture saying it's a sacred tree. Don't go cutting it down. You hear me? Ah, you nailed them. You nailed the impression. But if we were to steal this from the giants, we'd have to carry everything. And that would cost a fortune. Hmm? What's that? It's a mural. A mural. It's gonna be the Harley text. It has to be. These are scribbles made by the children from ancient times that were engraved into the petrified tree bark. And today, due to their historical value, they are considered a national cultural heritage. Dude, I have a feeling like these drawings are gonna be from like 900 to 1,000 years ago, and it's gonna show Nika and whatever Nika is. Those scribbles over there. It is estimated that this painting was made between the 900 and 800 years ago. I was off by like 100 years, but still, if the estimate is correct, then it comes exactly from the Void Century. What? That's what I was thinking. Then we need to show this to Robin. Let's talk to her later. But these scribbles are from Elbaf. Strange. Not all of them seem to be giants, and he has that in quotation marks. So within the history of Elbaf, we have already waged war against other races. And so we see a queen, we see a knight, and we see some sort of dog thing. But as far as I know, we have never allied with them. Okay? This whole thing might just be a child's dream. What do you mean by that? What exactly do you mean by that? Because if the entire One Piece world is in a dream, that's insane. Walrus School. Wah! Kya! We're in class, listen up! Oh, They're showing the children, and the reason why the reason why they're showing the children is because Mosa Shamrock just said that he was going over there. If he happens to show up, because I don't know what he could do. I legitimately have no idea what he could do with these children. Okay. Owl Library. So we cut to Robin. This is, quotation marks, Harley. That's right. What an old and giant book. So that's Chopper talking. Puham! It's full of dust. Many myths in Elbaf were created based on these texts, and their interpretations are all fragmented. Many myths in Elbaf were created based on these texts. Okay. And so each warrior of Elbaf believes in a different version of the sun god. I believe in the god of destruction one. That's the one I believe in. It's the one that makes the most sense to me. Uh, a different version of the sun god. Each with a different personality. Cool, right? Cool, right? Can I read it? Of course. There! The story is divided into 3 chapters, and the third world is said to be the present world. In other words, what is about to happen. Okay, it's divided into 3 worlds. So the first and second world were the first 2 times that the world was destroyed. I'm guessing that the second world is the world where Ryuma, the 103, what's the name? That story, the 103 Mercies. That's the one that the second world should be based on. I would assume, which is like, the world isn't flooded, and there used to be like cowboys and stuff. Okay. It's said to be for the present world, in other words, what's about to happen. Quietly, Nika's legend is told all over the world. What they all have in common is that he always appears laughing and doing this. And so he goes don 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 don. Okay. Ooh, I'm reading it, okay? The first world, there was a fire upon the earth. Humanity. And so we cut over to Frankie, and he's looking very shocked at the drawings from 900 years ago. There was a fire upon the earth. Humanity. Oh, and so we see the drawings, and we see the pages. The first world, there was fire upon the earth. Humanity succumbed to the desire and touched the forbidden sun. There was a fire upon the earth. Humanity succumbed to desire and touched the forbidden sun. The slaves made a wish, and the god of the sun appeared. But the god of the earth became enraged. Okay? And alongside the serpent of hell, enveloped the world in death and darkness. They could never meet again. So the god of the sun and the god of the earth. Those are two. It would be the god of the land god. There's also the rain god, and there was another god. There were 4 gods back in Skypiea. The second world. There was a breath upon the emptiness. The god of the forest sent forth demons. The sun merely spread the embers of war. The god of the forest, that's the other god, the 4th god. And the god of the rain would come later. There was a breath upon the emptiness. The god of the forest sent forth demons. The sun nearly spread the embers of war. The people of the half moon dreamed. The people of the moon dreamed. Humanity killed the sun and then ascended to divinity. The god of the sea became enraged. They could never meet again. Whoa. The third world. So this is what's about to happen. There was a void upon the chaos. The unbidden shadows remember the day of the promise, and they hear the voice of the fragmented moon. The god of the sun dances and laughs, guiding the world to its end. The sun will return, and a new dawn will come. They will surely meet again. Okay, okay, wait. So now we can see the pictures that the okay. So depicting what happened in the first world, there was a fire upon the earth. Humanity succumbed to the desire and touched the forbidden sun. So we see the pictures, and we see what seems like a moon. I don't see any sun, but I see a giant ship, all built like of machinery, all very machine-like. But the this is very confusing. It has what seems to be emu. It shows the Noah. It shows okay. Why? Okay. I don't even know how to interpret all this because there's a lot of stuff happening. Uh oh. Okay. So we see a city, a serpent. We see a lot of people carrying what seems to be an energy. Uh, the energy seems to be powering a flying ship, and that flying ship throws down electricity onto someone on another boat that seems to look like Emu. Beneath Emu, we see what looks to be the Noah, and the Noah is being is right besides an angel, and beneath all of this city and these boats and these people powering the machine, there is fire. So this seems to specifically refer to the first world. And then there's the giant snake throwing fire, and there's a moon. And the fire is separating the moon and the people. So there was a fire upon the earth. I feel like we already go into the discussion part of this because the chapter is over. The world myth revealed. Chapter 1138 end. Uh, but okay, this is really strange. There was a fire upon the earth, so the land was torched in flames. Humanity succumbed to desire and touched the forbidden sun. Why was it forbidden? What is the sun about? Were they burning? What's going on? From the pictures, it seems there was a city, very industrial city. There was a lot of technology, and the land around them was burning, or at least beneath them, like you would see in um, what's the name, Astrobot. And so the slaves made a wish, and the god of the sun appeared. So it seems they were told not to talk to the sun, not to ask permission. Like if we're basing this off of stories and even like actual religion, it would seem that they were forbidden from asking other deities to do stuff. Because I'm also noticing that the only god here that is not mentioned is the god of the rain, which would probably be the god of the sea. So their main god was the god of the sea. The god of the sea was technically not even around because everything that was there was fire. They were specifically told never to ask for. Oh, and that would cut back to like the god of the rain because eventually the ocean would do the whole thing where it goes up, becomes rain, and pours out the fire. So I'm guessing the idea was to believe in the god of the sea and let it do its thing and become the god of the rain. That way, it would pour over the land. That's what I'm guessing. Uh, But the slaves went ahead and asked another deity, the god of the sun. And so they touched the sun. Uh, so they made a wish, and the god of the sun appeared. But the god of the earth became enraged. So the god of the god of land, the one that was covered in fire, was angry at the fact that they asked for someone else. Okay, so it wasn't the god of the there's a lot of moving parts. And alongside, the serpent of hell enveloped the world in death and darkness. They could never meet again. So they can never meet again has to be up between the sun god Nika and the slaves, the people. So the god of the land was enraged and thus sent the serpent of hell to separate the sun from the land because they asked for its help to get rid of the fire. Okay, so the world was destroyed by the fire and by the serpent. Then we cut to the second time that the world was destroyed. The second world. There was breath upon the emptiness, so everything had gone to hell. The god of the forest sent forth demons. The sun merely spread the embers of war. Okay. The people of the half moon dreamed. The people of the moon dreamed. Humanity killed the sun and then ascended to divinity. The god of the sea became enraged, and they could never meet again. Okay. This is a lot. This is like a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. This is a. Oh. I'm sorry. I don't even like my brain. And so we cut now to this part where there is a giant tree, and there is a what looks to be like a dragon, a black dragon, also spreading flames in the same direction as the serpent of hell, and their fires meet, and it separates the people from the moon. So to me, this is depicting Eneru's ascendance to the moon. And so I believe what this is uh the god of the forest tried to gave people devil fruits, sent forth demons. The sun merely spread the embers of war. So okay, if I were to understand this, the god of the forest gave people devil fruits. And so people, the slaves who actively ask for the sun god spread the idea of rebellion. The people of the half moon dreamed. The people of the moon dreamed. Okay, so I think what this is depicting then is the people back in the first world, people that survived, managed to build a ship, managed to build two ships. No, three ships. To me, this is depicting three ships. One big ship that goes to the moon, and so those become the people of the moon. Then there's the people that took the Noah down to the bottom of the sea, and then there is one that's emu, because this is I'm just trying to depict like what this is. This is a very confusing drawing alongside what we know, alongside the Harley texts. Uh, okay. The people of the half moon dreamed. The people of the half moon are probably the people from below the earth. Okay. The people that took the Noah. Uh, okay. Uh, Humanity killed the sun and then ascended to divinity. So these are the third boat, the one that has Emu on them, and these are the people that managed to kill the sun god Nika and or Joy Boy. and then became the celestial dragons and the world that is today. So they could never meet again. The god of the sea became enraged. So the god of the sea is mad that the people used the devil fruits to murder the sun god. And the god of the land is enraged because they asked for the sun god. Okay. And the god of the forest isn't mad at all, but the god of the forest created the devil fruits with the idea of giving. Okay. This. Okay. I think this is what this is. So, the big tree is the big tree here is the one that gives off the devil fruits and also represents a dragon that kills the land and purges and separates from the sun and the moon. And this is probably also Emu, if I were to guess. And so now we cut to the third world. There was a void upon the chaos, the unbidden shadows. Remember the day of promise. And they hear the voice of the fragmented moon. The god of the sun dances and laughs, guiding the world to its end. The sun will return, and a new dawn will come. They will surely meet again. So this they is probably the people that went to the moon and the people that went over to the Noah, like to the depths. And then there's humanity. Granted, these three factions have never met before together, and they have never met the sun god, this being Luffy now. So we get to see a final panel of a beast, like a man wolf with a sword. There is the a whale that's being rode at by people. There is a giant, uh, what seems to be Emmet. Emmet, I think it was his name. Then there's Loki, very clearly Loki, right alongside Nika, which is probably, and this is a depiction of today. So alongside Nika, which would be Luffy, then there is a angel with black wings and a halo that looks made of fire, which is probably King. We see a princess mermaid with a trident, which is probably Otohime. Shirahoshi. We get a giant fish. We get a mini guy, which is probably Leo. We get a squirrel thing. We get a giant. We get a few Nordic boats. We get a guy with a ponytail thing, and there is a sun like Kuma like flag on another ship that looks very much like Svelvanten. I don't know the name. And then there is a giant devil with big horns, and it looks like a very big silhouette, very dark. Uh, and it also has ships, and he is touching and carrying the sun. If I were to describe what this is exactly, and I'm gonna give it in a more presented form of what I think it is. The first time that the world was destroyed, the people created uh the earth suddenly burst into flames, and they were supposed to believe in the god of the land and the god of the sea. But the people decided to instead ask another deity, the god of the land, the god of the sun, for help. The god of the land became enraged by this, and so okay. But then there's everything about the energy. And another thing that they're showing here is not only are they powering something, but they also seem to be showing a lot of pollution. So it seems to me Okay, let me retell it. Back in the first world, the first time that the world was destroyed, it seems to me that humanity as a whole advanced their civilization far enough to the point that they destroyed their own planet the same way that we are doing it, with pollution and resource consumption and everything. Uh, and when the Earth had nothing else to give, they started looking upwards to the moon, to the sun, and they started also asking the other deities that still had power to lend them some of theirs. So the god of the land became enraged by that. And so sent a serpent to, separate both worlds, essentially making sure that the people couldn't harm other deities or ask for other deities. I'm not entirely sure. And so the power that they got from the sun god after asking, they used to retreat to the moon, go get more resources, do whatever they could over there. That's why the moon is still very technological. The people that were left either were being oppressed by the other side of humanity, which eventually took control, and so the people that were feeling oppressed left to the depths as the world began to sink. That's my idea. I think they took and went down. So that was the first time. So the second time that the world was destroyed, uh, humanity had taken control. The Emu faction had taken control, and in order to help the people that were still left and still revolting against this humanity, this world government, the god of the land, the god of the forest, gave devil fruits for them to consume and be able to be freed. And so the sun god helped to somehow give them that freedom. But in the process, uh, it seems more like he was a double, you know, reaping off the souls of war for his own benefit. And so the rebellion failed. The sun god was killed by Emu and the humanity and everything. And so the god of the sea became mad and cursed the devil fruit users for their transgressions about what happened during this war. So the world was destroyed and they could never meet again. And now, today, where Luffy has appeared, and while everything is in chaos, the unbidden shadows remember the day of the promise, and they hear the voice of the fragmented moon. The fragmented moon. That's maybe that's talking about the celestial not the celestial dragons. Because they became celestial dragons back in when they destroyed the when they killed the sun god. They became celestial dragons. And that was 900 years ago. And now there was a void upon the chaos, which would be the 100 years of things that no one knows. Remember the day of the promise, and they hear the voice of the fragmented moon. So this could be about the weapons, because I feel like if I remember correctly, the weapons also have the voice of all things. The god of the sun dances and laughs, guiding the world to its end. So Luffy will be directly responsible for freeing Loki, and this will bring Emmett and all the races together to bring down the demon who could in fact be Emu. The sun will return and a new dawn will come. They will surely meet again. So the they refers to all the three factions and Nika, and maybe even all the gods. What's interesting is they never talked about the god of the rain, which could be the god of the sea. I'm very confused. I feel like someone like Tekken 101 would probably be better for decoding this message. The Harley text. God damn. This was very difficult. I don't know. I feel like my brain is fried. So, with that in mind, we've been here for 40 minutes. I should probably be going. If you have any idea what these mean, this is just my interpretation. But if you have any idea or if you know anything, please tell me, enlighten me with some of your ideas because I don't know. And the fact that in world people, took it however they could, and everyone has their own interpretation. I still, even reading this, I think that Nico is the god of destruction. That's what that was. Not the god of liberation. It's just liberation happened to come with the destruction. So, with that in mind, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you on the flip side. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.